Talked about the model for blended instruction. 20 minutes in whole group instruction, 20 minutes in small group rotations, and then 20 minutes in whole group wrap-up. We've also talked about the different class period configurations for when you have a 40 to 59 minute period and you need to take 2 days. When you have a 60 to 79 minute period and you can do all 3 rotations in 1 day. Or when you have an 80+ minute period. We also talked about the teacher materials for implementation support that are available to you. Now we'll talk about the art book. Students have an art book where they read, write, and react to the literature. Teachers have an art book teacher edition, both in print and online. The art books are available for whole group and small group student materials. On today's agenda for the students, they will complete a Do Now, review an anchor video, do the reading Struck by Lightning on our book page 36, workshop 2. They will, in small group, explore the art book structure or participate with instructional technology or complete independent reading. And then whole group again, they will respond to the wrap-up prompt. In whole group instruction, this is what's considered a Do Now. Takes about 2 minutes. Students write 2 sentences about the most severe storm that they've experienced. All lessons begin with a Do Now. Here's an example of an anchor video. This is the anchor video for Struck by Lightning, the lesson that we'll be doing today.
Reading 1, Struck by Lightning. Lightning. Right now, as you watch this, there are about 2,000 thunderstorms raging somewhere on the planet. And lightning from those clouds is pummeling the earth 100 times per second. Your odds of being struck by that lightning aren't very high, only about 1 in 600,000.
At this point, I would like to show you the interactive teacher system. This is the teacher dashboard for the read180 Next Generation, powered by SAM. You will notice the data snapshot, and what's interesting about that is if you click on the red bar, it will show you the names of students that are not meeting their daily use, minimum daily use requirements. You may choose to have a conference with these students to find out what they're doing that is enabling them not to reach their benchmark of 15 to 20 minutes daily. You will also find the workshop that you're working on when disaster strikes, and then the whole group and small group instruction pieces for that workshop. We'll click on whole group instruction. Here you have the whole group instruction for when disaster strikes, which is the reading from workshop 2 that we'll be working on. You see it begins with the Do Now that we just discussed, and then we activate prior knowledge, build fluency, and note vocabulary knowledge. Everything that's written in blue are words that you want to say to the students. If you would like to just display the student page, you can click on the camera. If you would like a 2-page view, you can click on the 2-page view. And here you see that the academic vocabulary is highlighted, and students are learning target words that they will find throughout the passage. Returning to the presentation, the whole group instruction will always be to the left of the student passage. The small group instruction will be to the right. Here, in the reading passage, they're going to identify the key idea. Again, revisit the target words. They're going to react and write to a prompt. Then they're going to summarize in 1 or 2 sentences what happened to Justin in the story and include the topics and important details. Suppose that you saw lightning strike someone. What would you do? This is an example of a react and write prompt. And the whole group instructions summarize, which would be at the end of the period. They have all read the news article struck by lightning. So they think about the article, they write a summary using the sentence frames, then they pair up to share with each other, then they share with the class. This is called think, write, pair, share. In small group rotation, students are either working with you, working with the online instructional software, which takes them from zone to zone in a sequential, predictable order, from the reading zone to the word zone, to the spelling zone, to the success zone, and to the writing zone, or they're completing independent reading with books from the library or ebooks or paperback books. These groups are color-coded. The purple group is always working with you. The blue group is always working with instructional technology. And the green group is working on modeled and independent reading. Remember, these groups rotate every 20 minutes. It's very important to stick to the schedule. You probably want to use a timer. You also want to start your small group instruction with the students with the lowest Lexiles. These students will be grouped by the Groupinator based upon the work that they have done on read180 software. You will find the teacher. We will look at the Teacher's Edition overview, our book instruction, research foundations, instructional routines, best practices, and additional resources. In navigating a workshop, would you please turn to pages 19 and 23 in your sampler. We are focusing on Stage B, Workshop 2. That is correct. And you can find the professional development on pages 22 and 23. Please highlight one topic that you would like to explore in greater detail. Turn to page 25, review table of contents, and look at the organization of an Our Book workshop. There are 9 workshops with 4 to 6 weeks of instruction. Also found in the table of contents are pages for planning and instruction, assessment, and review. Yellow flags are lessons dedicated to differentiation. At the top of the page, you will find the workshop overview with comprehension, word summary, and writing and convention skills. At the bottom of the page, you will find a summary of each type of lesson, beginning with the pre-reading lesson and using the anchor video. Each workshop has 3 reading lessons, gradually increasing in complexity. There are 2 icons, text complexity and content area. The text complexity helps students to prepare to read texts on the staircase of increasing rigor and complexity. The content area helps you to make cross-curricular connections. Note the yellow stretch texts. These are opportunities for differentiation. Stretch texts come from Resources for the Differentiation in Instructions, Book 1. Here is the tab for 21st Century Literacy. This is a whole group lesson focused on skills